Zico will have a royal suite at Gávea, and we're bringing you important information right now about Flamengo's hotel project. What craziness, what a show. We're bringing everything to you here with details, exclusive coverage from the networks, Paparazzo Rubro-Negro. We're also bringing other information about Mengao, the situation with Lucas Paquetá. Today, Mengao has a game. In just a little while, we're bringing it all here. Not even at night, you'll still be watching television, global premiere and Flamengo television. If you're abroad, don't forget, you can watch it. There's a special link with narration by João Guilherme Imagens, man. It's spectacular, an awesome broadcast from Flamengo television. We're bringing a lot of information for you here. I'll start right here by talking about the issue of tax reform, right? That the lower tax was blocked and the 6% rate for SAFs is maintained. And it's also information that's making everyone who has an association club worried, since it seems that association clubs will have to pay more, right? In the next few days, we'll bring you this whole situation, almost as if the government is forcing association clubs to become SAFs. It's crazy, that's what it is, right? Flamengo is not going to accept becoming a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, right? We hope that this will be changed. By the way, look, I just saved a post here from Cesar Graffietti, okay? The equivalence between association and Sociedade Anônima do Futebol has been dropped, okay? Now the associations are subject to the normal regime with a 60% reduction in the rate. Calculations that were given to me indicated a tax burden of about 11.4% on gross revenue. If they don't overturn the vetoes, it got much worse for the associations, okay? People are commenting very superficially. It's very superficial to say it got worse for associations just by looking at percentage numbers. An association club has several mechanisms, especially for selling athletes, which Sociedade Anônima do Futebol loses after 5 years, okay? Graffietti responds, "You're right, but the complexity and uncertainty of the benefits and credits is immense. This already exists in other industries, which have difficulties using the credits. And the benefit in the transfer of athletes, which is intangible, will still depend on some analysis." People are saying here that the government is targeting Flamengo, all the association clubs, with this absurd veto. I'll remember that. Yeah, man, people are really worried about what's going on, right? It's a tough blow for the association clubs. The comments here are saying they'll pay double the Sociedade Anônima do Futebol tax. Sociedade Anônima do Futebol pays 6 on total gross revenue. The association club will pay 11.4. They're forcing clubs to become Sociedade Anônima do Futebol. And I'll say this, Flamengo, with revenue of over 2 billion, would pay about 228 million in taxes with a turnover of 2 billion. That's basically one Paquetá per season. It's crazy, right? If Flamengo were in Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, it would pay 100 and something, okay? We're not experts here. I'm not an expert to tell you guys, okay? I don't know who could maybe explain this better. Maybe Fabricio Kika. We can invite Fabricio Kika to do a live. But the impression I get is that it turned out pretty bad for the association clubs, right? It made things complicated for Flamengo. They can support themselves, obviously, but it got worse. Flamengo is going to spend more now, right? That's unacceptable. Look, let me just bring the information here now. Regarding Lucas Paquetá, West Ham has lowered their asking price for Lucas Paquetá. According to journalist Pablo Rafael Rua, who is well informed about Flamengo, they have lowered their asking price for Lucas Paquetá and opened the door for a possible move by Flamengo for the midfielder. Initially valued at 60 million euros, the English club reduced the amount to 45 million, which encourages Flamengo's board to move forward with the negotiations. The expectation is that Flamengo will make an official offer as early as Friday, with figures close to what the Hammers board at West Ham is demanding. I don't believe it will happen. Look, 45 million pounds is a lot of money. We're talking about 50 million euros. Meanwhile, Paquetá was at the English club's training center. This Wednesday, he met with coach Nuno Espírito Santo. In the meeting, the player clearly expressed his desire to return to Brazilian football. This could be a decisive factor for the progress of negotiations in the coming days. Okay, so we're bringing this new information, right, regarding Lucas Paquetá. I don't think Flamengo will reach that. I believe they'll get to 40 or 42 million euros. Okay, no more than that. Bringing here some important information regarding Gávea, right? The Flamengo rowing club. As reported earlier, the government of the state of Rio de Janeiro has officially authorized the Gávea project, 21st century, giving the green light for the profound transformation of Flamengo's social headquarters. According to our team's investigation, the project goes beyond the already announced structural renovations and brings symbolic and historical novelties to the club. One of them is the creation of a themed presidential suite in honor of Zico, which will feature the direct involvement of the greatest idol in the club's history. In the TA project, the exclusive space in the complex's hotel will be named the Royal Suite, celebrating the legacy of the surroundings of Galinho TA. According to our investigation, the project also includes the construction of an elevated space open to the public called the Glory Path TA. The location will serve as a contemplative route where fans and visitors can walk and enjoy a privileged view of the lagoon. Rodrigo de Freitas near the Jockey Club and Christ the Redeemer in a space celebrating Flamengo's historic achievements. In addition, the entire area around Gávea will undergo a broad revitalization process, integrating the club's headquarters with the city and enhancing the value of the region. Okay? The Gávea 21st Century Project marks a new chapter for Flamengo, bringing together modernization, memory, and the red and black identity in a single complex. Man, it's spectacular, right? I've been following it. I was keeping it a secret. I've been following this project for some time now. It's a project, man, a game changer, innovative, fantastic, and man, it pays tribute to Zico Truquinhas. Path of Glory, the whole revitalization. Look, Gávea is really going to look beautiful, guys. Really beautiful, man. I was amazed by the project when I saw it. So, I can tell you that it's a real game changer. There's a before and after. So look, we also have some other information to share with you here. Flamengo and Corinthians have already started preparing for the sale of Supercup tickets. And everything will start this Thursday, okay? The match is on February 1st at 4 Post Meridium at BRB Mané Garrincha Arena. So, the stadium sections have been assigned by a draw. Flamengo fans will be in the north and east sections, while Corinthians fans will be in the south and west sections. Okay. Tickets will be sold exclusively through Bilheteria Digital. Let me check the website here, bilheteriadigital.com, okay? They will be selling the tickets there, so it's important for fans to know that they have to get their tickets through that site, okay? Facial biometrics are required to complete the purchase and enter the stadium. Access Bilheteria Digital on the day and time of the sale, Thursday. Select the desired section, complete your order, and do the facial recognition on the UGOL website. And UGOL, right? Show your biometrics at the Mané Garrincha entrance, okay? The draw assigned the sections as we explained. And now you have to try to secure this ticket at the digital box office, okay? So Thursday, that's already tomorrow, right? Ticket sales for the big Super Cup final already start. Look, Flamengo was informed. Those who are tuned into football know. Flamengo was told that Everton Cebolinha is a request from Dorival Jr. for Corinthians in 2026. The journalist Samir Carvalho, who covers Corinthians, said that the former Flamengo coach Dorival Jr. dreams of signing the red-black striker. Okay, so is that it? He covers the daily life of Corinthians, and he reported that the São Paulo club hasn't stopped dreaming about signing Cebolinha. The arrival of the 29-year-old striker would have been a direct request from coach Dorival Jr. Cebolinha, he had a great spell wearing Flamengo's jersey in 2022 under Dorival's command. Okay, is that it? Exactly. That was the season when Flamengo won their third Libertadores title, right? So, according to Samir Carvalho's report, Corinthians is still monitoring Cebolinha's situation, but as of the time of publication, they haven't made any official offer to Flamengo yet. Cebolinha has drawn interest from clubs like Cruzeiro, Grêmio, and Fluminense. Flamengo won't sell to Rio rivals or Santos and doesn't really want to sell at all. It's similar to the Caio Jorge swap situation, since Flamengo believes it's important, right? Honestly, I think Cebolinha could have a great year and we should keep him. Especially because he's been improving. Then he got better. Then he had that injury problem. But now, if he doesn't get injured, he could have a fantastic year. It would even be important for Flamengo to renew his contract. And the information we brought recently is that Flamengo is already working on renewing Everton's contract. That's Cebolinha. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. Subscribe on YouTube, turn on notifications, and like the video. Thanks for your support. Greetings, Jubilo Negres.